Hey guys, a hole-in-one on the 16 at the Open is history making. The last one we saw was in 2022. So if you were there, it is bragging rights big time.
Yeah, people will be talking about this the rest of their lives. I've been covering sports in this town since 2006. Never seen one, but we do have a member of our staff who actually saw this today. There's 12 of these all time on 16, these hole-in-ones. Now, besides Tiger Woods, the names aren't necessarily household ones, but here's what it sounded like from Elliot Polikoff's perspective today, the hole-in-one.
I don't hear Elliot yelling.
That's Polikoff with the people after Emiliano Grillo hit the hole-in-one on 16. Now, Grillo had one in 2019, land 15 inches away from the cup. He had to wait 6 years to get 15 inches closer. We're waiting for him to talk post-round right now. But let's talk to the man who got us this video, Elliot.
There.
I mean, what was it like on 16 when that ball went straight into the cup?
And Jamie, what a scene out at 16 here at TPC Scottsdale. I've been here at the WM Phoenix Open the last few years. I remember hearing the sounds from off in the distance for those hole-in-ones back in 2022 when they happened, but happening to just be there at 16 when it actually went down, it's a scene that you really can't just describe. Words don't do it justice, but obviously that video you saw, it kind of does, because there was a little bit of a delay when it happened because of the way this hole-in-one happened. There was no dramatic roll into the cup. This was basically a slam dunk ace. It just dropped right in, rolled around the pin just a little bit before dropping in, and then after that little delay, it was pandemonium. Of course, you saw the beer showers, although it was more through cups this time instead of cans, but dozens, maybe hundreds of cups of beer just thrown onto 16. Obviously, there was a little bit of a delay afterwards as they had to clean all of that off of 16, but what an electric environment as people just started doing the wave. I mean, any kind of celebratory technique you can think of, it was basically happening on that hole. I don't know if we have the video up right now, but if we don't, let's take a look at just kind of what happened, the pandemonium that was there at 16, because like you said, this stuff, it doesn't happen very often. Just the 12th one all time on the 16th, and that's a bucket list type of accomplishment for Emiliano Grillo. Of course, you have to kind of see how it all plays out, and he couldn't really even believe it. He was high-fiving everybody as well. And the crazy thing is that Grillo, he didn't even know if he was going to make the cut at the end of this. He had to kind of pick himself back up, keep playing golf, ended up finishing at -2. That is right where the projected cut line is right now. But even with maybe a slightly disappointing overall performance, pulling an ace out of that 16th hole, something Grillo will never forget.
It was perfect number. Just a full shot, pitching wedge. It was a little bit of delayed reaction because obviously we don't see it pretty well from 150, whatever we had, and just the crowd went nuts, so did I. Obviously, you dream with this. I mean, I've been playing here 10 years, and, I got to see a couple, and, every time you're standing there, you're like, you get that thought of, like, what if this one goes in? So, I mean, it was just perfect.
Of course, the tradition when you hit a hole-in-one is that you have to buy everybody in the clubhouse or even just around you a drink. Grillo said he didn't care how much that might cost. He was doing that. And now that it looks like he's going to make the cut, Mark and Jamie, something tells me that he might be a little bit more relieved about that potential tab he might have for the rest of the golfers in this field. But, yeah, something tells me once you hit a hole-in-one on a hole like 16 at TPC Scottsdale that everything else that happens the rest of the day, it kind of pales in comparison.